Hi, I would like to introduce you to the great horses of Japan. This time is Hishi Amazon. Hishi Amazon is a mare born in the US in 1991 and trained in Japan. Her father was theatrical and her mother was Katie's. Katie's, winner of the Irish 1000 guineas and the Coronation Stakes, was purchased for $1 million. Many of her children were successful horses in addition to Hishi Amazon, with Hishi Eritter, Hishi Nile, and Hishi Pinnacle competing in open-class races. The most successful of them all is the Hishi Amazon. She was a fine black steed. During the time she was running, mares were weaker than males, but Hishi Amazon raced evenly with males and was considered the strongest mare of her time. She made her debut in a 1200-meter dirt race in 1993. She won her debut race safely, albeit with a small margin of victory. She then entered 2 more races and came in second in both. Her 4th race was the Hanshin Juvenile Fillies in December. The winner of this race would become the 2-year-old champion mare. Hishi Amazon got off to a good start and was in 3rd place. She then picked up speed on the straightaway and finished in the lead. She beat the 2nd-place horse by 5 lengths and set a record time. When we think of Hishi Amazon, we think of a strong drive from behind, but her race so far has been a race to get to the front and break away. The following year, Hishi Amazon entered the 1,600-meter Kisi Cup, but lost to Vicor Pegasus by 2 lengths. Vicor Pegasus was a strong horse who later finished second 3 times in short-distance Grade 1 races. The next race, the Queen Cup, was not an easy one, but Hishi Amazon overtook the horse in front of her at the finish line to win. After this, her goal is usually the Triple Crown race. However, because she was foreign-born, she was not eligible to run in the Oka Show and the Oaks according to the regulations at the time. She was eligible to run in the Queen Elizabeth Cup, the last race of the Triple Crown, but I'll explain that later. Because of those circumstances, she ran in the 1200-meter Crystal Cup, which was held the same week as the Oka Show. In this race, Taiki Wolf was running away with great speed. Hishi Amazon also gave chase, but with 100 meters to go, the gap to Taiki Wolf was quite large. But she turned the tables from here.
中谷が2番手です。外をつきましてボディーガードぐんぐん差を詰めてくる。外をつきましてヒシアマゾンがぐんぐん差を詰めてくる。さあ逃げ込みを図ります。耐久ルフ逃げ込みを図ります。外をついてヒシアマゾン、この2頭の争いになった。先頭は耐久ルフ、まだ1馬身のリードがある。そして2番手にはヒシアマゾンが差を詰めてくる。ヒシアマゾンが並んだかわした合輪。最後は6番ヒシアマゾンかわしました。
She was a horrible mare. She then went on to win the New Zealand Trophy by half a length in June, her 3rd straight win in a graded race. After this, she set her sights on the Queen Elizabeth Cup in the fall and took the summer off to rest. With the onset of autumn, Hishi Amazons have become even more abundant. She won the Queen Stakes and Rose Stakes consecutively, bringing her winning streak in graded races to 5. This year, it was Cho K. Carroll who won the Oaks, which Hishi Amazon could not enter. But fans began to think that if Hishi Amazon had run in the Oaks, she would have won. And now it was time to find out. Hishi Amazon has entered the Queen Elizabeth Cup. There was Cho K. Carroll, who won the Oaks, and Agnes Parade, who finished 3rd in the Oaks. In the race, Hishi Amazon chased from the back of the pack. It was a dead heat between Hishi Amazon, Choke Carroll, and Agnes Parade on the last course. After a long photo judging, the winner was Hishi Amazon. The girls broke the record time and showed how high their level was. Hishi Amazon now has 6 straight wins in graded races, tying the record set by Majiro Ramon, Tamamo Cross, and Agri Cap. The mares, including Hishi Amazon, were at a high level, but there was also a monster among the males. It was Narita Bryan. He went on to win the Triple Crown that year, and was so dominant in every race that it was said that he might be the best in the field. Hishi Amazon and Narita Bryan faced off in the Arima Kinen race at the end of the year. Narita Bryan was by far the most popular, but Hishi Amazon was the 6th most popular. There was a historical background to this. At the time, it was commonplace for mares to not be able to compete properly in the Arima Kinen. No matter how many strong races Hishi Amazon had run so far, she was still just a mare. Narita Bryan was strong. However, Hishi Amazon drove tenaciously and came in second. Bryan is too strong, so if we exclude him, we might as well say that Hishi Amazon is the winner. It was the first time in 21 years, since 1973, that a 3-year-old mare finished in the top 2 in the Arima Kinen. The following year she traveled to the United States and was scheduled to enter the Santa Ana Handicap in March, but she fell ill and returned home without running the race. She had entered the Takamatsu-no-Miya Cup in the summer, and somehow she was leading the pack in this race. She then stalled on the straightaway course and was defeated in 5th place. This loss stopped her record of consecutive top 2 finishes at 12, which she had held since her debut. And this was the first time she had ever fallen behind a mare. She then rebuilt and ran in the Alcomer in September. On the straightaway course she broke away early but was lined up by Irish Dance, who came from behind. But her fighting spirit was ignited. From the point where she was lined up, the gap didn't close until the finish line. She then went on to run in the Kyoto Grand Prize in October. She chased from the back of the pack and was still in the back of the pack when she rounded the last corner. However, on the straightaway course, she accelerated quickly and overtook the horse in front of her. She then went on to win by another 2 lengths. Then she ran in the Japan Cup. Narita Bryan was also there, but he had been injured in the spring and lost badly in his return race. Hishi Amazon chased in the rear as usual. She sped up as she entered the long straightaway. The German representative, Rand, was 2 lengths in front of her, and the 2 horses drove in the same way. The gap between the 2 horses was hard to close until the finish line, where Rand finished first. Hishi Amazon closed the gap at the end, but she was a close second. She was defeated, but she was the best of the Japanese horses. Her next goal was the Arima Kinen. In this era, there was a jinx. That is, the horse that finishes first in the Japan Cup will not win the Arima Kinen. This year, Hishi Amazon is the equivalent. Unfortunately, the jinx was true again this year. She was defeated in 5th place. Narita Bryan was also defeated, and the winner was 3-year-old Mayano Top Gun. It was a moment of generational change. The following year, she ran in the Yasuda Kinen in June, but lost badly, finishing 10th. Her training was not going well, and her next race was the Queen Elizabeth Cup in November. It was her first mares-only race in a long time. Taking advantage of the long straight course, Hishi Amazon finished in second place. However, she was blocking the path of another horse during the last spurt. Therefore, she was demoted to 7th place. She then went on to run in Arima Kinen for the third year in a row. But it didn't bring back her dynamic running. She finished in 5th place. She was scheduled to continue her career the following year, but she developed flexor tendinitis during training and had to retire. She became a breeding horse and then returned to the United States. She has 10 foals, but none of them are notable successes. In April 2019, Hishi Amazon went to sleep due to old age. Before she passed away, she went to an empty place and quietly fell asleep. She lived to be 28 years old. She had the name of Amazoness, but she was usually a quiet and docile horse. Her docility was such that she backed away when the cat threatened her. She was a strong and gentle lady. That's all for this time. If you want to know more about Japanese horses, subscribe to this channel. Thank you.